When you make a trade like the Niners made for the 3rd overall pick in the draft and draft a young quarterback who is not just young but green, okay? Who hasn't played football in a while, and you then sit him for the first year and then see the quarterback who's still there, who was absolutely deposed as the long-term quarterback for the team the minute they struck the trade to go up into the 3rd overall position of that draft in Cleveland. The minute they struck that trade, Jimmy Garoppolo was done as the long-term quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. Done. So now comes the time where they gotta turn to Lance. That's it. If it was Mac Jones, if it was somebody else, they would have turned to him maybe sooner. I don't know. But they saw something in Lance that we're going to see in short order 2 Sundays from now in Chicago. A kid who can run it and a kid who can throw it and is smart enough to get it pre-snap. The question is, will he be able to handle the pressure when whatever he thinks he sees pre-snap doesn't happen post-snap? If there is pressure that comes at him fast, does he drop his eyes? As a lot of people who evaluate this stuff were saying he was doing just last night in Houston. Does he keep his head up? Does he run? What do we do? How quickly can Shanahan get that rust off, the greenness, and mature him? And Niner fans will have to understand it might look ugly every now and then. That's what happens when you choose somebody 3rd overall. The Mahomeses and Roethlisbergers that come fresh out of the first-round box don't happen that often. Lamar Jackson, Herbert, Burrow. Those are names that stand out for a reason. Can Lance be one of them? Absolutely. Last year, is that a fair assessment of his abilities? We'll find out. But it's time to do it. Here was Kyle Shanahan after the game last night in Houston talking about how Lance is ready for the real big-time spotlight of an everyday, week in, week out, top-of-the-line starter for the San Francisco 49ers.
I wish it was cleaner just from a whole. But I'm not going to make too much of it. You know, we wanted him to get just 2 drives. I ended up giving him 3 because I wanted to give him a little bit more there. But there weren't too many opportunities, and we got in some long down and distances, which made it tough. I'm nervous watching everyone on those drives, not just the quarterback. Those guys usually get the most protection. But I don't want to eat my own words, so I'm just glad that we made it out of it. That's a fine line for everything. That's why preseason is important, but it's also something that, compared to the driving range, whatever happens there doesn't really matter. But you need to do it to get better too. So you're always a little bit nervous, but we got through it, and I think that'll help him in the long run.
He's also referring to putting Lance behind the second-string offensive line so he can get the reps. Hey, man, at some point they were going to have to turn to Lance. A lot of people think it's still too soon. It's not too soon. You got to start now so the growing happens right away and the maturity happens as soon as possible, and the ups and the downs become fewer downs and more ups faster. That's the way it works. That's part of the problem with Zach Wilson getting hurt last year, now hurt now. You got to go. You got to get the lumps in. That's the way most quarterback situations unfold in the NFL. The other ones are the norm. Which one is Lance going to be? The setup from the coaching staff, the locker room, the roster, the huddle, it's all there for Lance, man. It's a dream come true for a kid who wants the opportunity and gets the opportunity. You want somebody who's a coach who knows what they're doing offensively and also has confidence in himself because the management and the ownership has confidence in him. Check that box. You want somebody who can also be around you, other players around you who can make plays. Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, just to name three. And they're all, certainly, as we know, Kittle, in the foxhole with him. Good people, going to have his back. Check that box. Offensive line. How does Trent Williams sound as an anchor on the left side? Check the box. Defense that can get you the ball back. Check the box. Here we go. It's set up for Lance, and sometimes it might not look good and pretty, but in the long run, this is your guy. I don't think we got Achilles Smith here. Honestly.
I agree.
I think he's big, he's tall, he's smart.
Needed to take some.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about a highly drafted quarterback. No, I'm just talking about you could name anybody in that position.
I know.
We want to go Jamarcus, but he wasn't first overall.
Right. No, Achilles Smith, very appropriate pick.
I'm just saying, like, this is not going to be somebody who appears to have a great skill set.
EJ Manuel.
He was taken much later than Lance. I'm talking about a top 5 pick, I guess. I don't know. I think you get my drift here.
Of course. I didn't have Achilles on my Friday bingo card.
Nor did I have the I'm going to cape for Lance one more time here. But it's just because now it's go time. Niners are done with their preseason. It's go time. They're going to be in Chicago in a couple of weeks. Not a bad place to start, too. I know Roquan Smith is going to be hungry, and the defense of the Bears is the more accomplished unit, one would think. They should go in and get a win, and Lance should look the part. There'll be ups and there'll be downs because the kid is going through it the first time. So when he goes through it the second time, you can win a Super Bowl. Yeah, I said the words.